as we are preparing to celebrate World Music Day 2022 on 21st June 2022, we want to invite you, if you are 25 years and above, having a full-time career in anything but music or films. So you could be an engineer, architect, designer, or anything but a full-time musician. We want to celebrate your music because we want to celebrate the dedication that you have demonstrated in learning the craft and to pursue your passion for music, whether it is Hindustani classical music or Carnatic classical music. If you have had a minimum of 5 years of consistent training in any of these performing arts, we want to hear from you. So I have a friend who works in Google India, who is a terrific singer in Hindustani classical music. I have invited her to perform on the event. I hope she performs on the show. Likewise, we have many other people in the industry. In fact, I come from an IT background as a professional. Now I'm trying to build something in this sector. So what I have seen is being there at both the sides of the table. I have seen the journeys of all of these people, terrific performers, terrific talents who have not been able to quit their jobs, not necessarily by choice and also not necessarily because they could not. There are multiple circumstances and their unique stories. They wanted to have a flourishing career in their domain of passion, their education background, and as well they wanted to pursue classical music as another passions. So there is no one answer of all these individuals. They are doing extremely well in both of these fields, but what happens most of the times is we do not come across their talent because at the time they are spending like 9 to 10 hours on a daily basis in their core field of work. At that time, the full-time musicians are also definitely pursuing their craft. They are spending a huge amount of time in their talim and fine-tuning their styles and techniques, and also definitely doing the sadhana that is required when you go on a stage performance. And hereby I also want to say that the contribution of full-time musicians is immense. In fact, it's because of them that we get to see all the good music that's there in the world right now, be it any concert performance or the good music that we see on YouTube, as simple as that. Because these musicians, they are putting in all of their effort and dedication and passion into their craft, which the people in the corporate industry, they are not being able to do because of lack of time. But that's what we want to celebrate. So as far as the training is concerned, most of the times these set of individuals who have a full-time career, they actually have the same amount of training. They have had the same amount of talim from similar kinds of very learned gurus. But their talent is not being celebrated as much as we would like to see them. So that's why this is a very unique initiative that we are embarking on, and I'm very positive that will help us get to know the musical talents that are there, the musical talents that are currently being dormant. And this is the third reason of this celebration is also because I definitely want to mention about my Sarod Guruji, the late Padma Bhushan Pandit Buddhadev Das Gupta. He had a flourishing career as a core engineer, and he had a full family to take care of. He had disciples and students to teach. He had concerts to perform in. All of this he did along with his immense contribution in Sarod playing, and he has taken Sarod playing to a pinnacle of excellence. And not just that, he has contributed immense innovation and groundbreaking research when he was associated with the ITC Sangeet Research Academy. Many of his literary works are being published by niche groups and global publications. So what I'm trying to say is, and also definitely he went on to win a lot of prestigious awards like the Sangeet Natak Academy and the Padma Bhushan itself, national awards. So what we want to say is that even though individuals in the corporate and the IT sector do not get the necessary time to pursue their art, it is possible for any one of these individuals to take their craft to par excellence, to take their craft to a global level of recognition. It is possible. So we want to witness these possibilities during this initiative, when we get to know their personal journeys and when we celebrate their talent and their performances. So all I'm saying is, there can never be a second Buddhadev Das Gupta ji, but there can be many more unique individuals who are potentially ready to come up with a groundbreaking innovation in their performance style, or in any research in music domain. And we are just doing this, starting this initiative, a lot of hope that we would be able to witness such possibilities, and we would be able to celebrate that. So this initiative is the beginning of that journey with a lot of hope. And I personally want to cordially invite each one of you, if you play an instrument, if you sing, whether in Hindustani classical music or Carnatic classical music, and if you have had significant training in the domain, we want to celebrate you. We want to know about your journey, your aspirations, and how do you manage to go through this path of life, which is full with struggles. And as far as I know, being a woman, it had been I think, in my personal opinion, it's harder for women. So because I started learning sarod pretty late in my life, I was 27, and at that age, any Indian girl coming from a conservative family, which I do, is supposed to be, listening to their parents, or looking for a groom to get married to. But I chose not to do that, and I instead focused all my energies after work into sarod training and into learning the craft. And wherever I traveled, which I had to because of my consulting work, I carried my sarod. So somebody from my neighborhood once asked me, one uncle, so the sarod is your partner? And my instant response was, yes, sarod is my partner. And that is first. Second is that when you are in office and when you play a sarod, so you need nails, artificial nails in the first 3 fingers. And girls usually who play the sarod, they have to use artificial nails and hard nails. These are not the beautifying nails that you get in market. So there's a special technique of how you get those nails fixed on your first 3 fingers. And they, of course, for daily riyaz, they need to be stuck. You cannot easily just remove it and put it on every day. It's harder, and it's definitely not advisable. So of course, when I typed things on my laptop, people would see it and they would inevitably comment, what are these? And some of them actually made fun of it. So I would politely say, these are the nails that I need for my sarod riyaz on a daily basis. So yeah, women aspect that topic apart. So these are technical issues, and the constant kind of criticizing tone, that definitely, and like a taboo, that I would like to diminish, so that when there is a sarod student, when there is a sarod player who also has a corporate job, their employees and their people around them, they are aware of their journey. So this is also something we want to celebrate. So if there is a mark in your finger, so sitar players have terrible marks on this part of the nails, because they press the string harder, so and they get a lot of cuts, and there is a lot of blood in that journey. So once I had my nail totally come out because of my sarod riyaz, eventually it came out. But yes, people in my surroundings, they had no idea that you need nails, hard nails to play the sarod. And since because the strings are, it's hard to press the strings, those nails need to be strong, so they don't look pretty at all. So I used to hide my nails when talking, and fold my hands so that they are not visible. So these are the struggles we face as sarod players, and that is also definitely we want to address and celebrate the journey that we go through. I mean, people in the corporate world go through, if we also have a parallel passion going on in pursuing Indian classical music or Carnatic classical music. So thank you so much for your time, And if you are listening to this video, if you know someone, please refer them and send us a message. We would love to get to know them and celebrate their arts. Thank you so much.